Record. Hear the music?
More
Yes,
money,
sir.
more problems.
Yes, sir. Welcome, y'all. Episode 2, Vezino Podcast.
Y'all, what's up, world? We here. Me and J Vision.
Yes, sir. Let's get into it. Turn this music down a little bit.
Yeah, man. Hot topics, man. Hey, all the inboxes, everybody that's had all the suggestions that what they wanted to hear us talk about, man. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Let's talk first about that show you just had. Viz. Finesse2Tyme came out of Prentiss.
Yeah, Finesse2Tyme in a small town of Prentiss.
Y'all excuse the static. There's a little bit of static coming in, but should be able to hear.
You can still hear all the static?
A little bit. I don't know if it's gonna be in the recording though, but it's not that bad though. So let's just keep going. Let's just roll.
I mean, if it's gonna be in the recording, we don't gotta do it, Jay.
It
like
sounds
we could wait till it clear up or something.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't. It might just be in my mic though. You know.
Cause I hear you very good, like you real clear.
I hear you, but every time you say something,
let me try this. What about now, Jay?
It's good.
You can hear me good?
Yeah, I hear you well, but can you hear me?
I hear you very good.
Man, let's go. Let's get it. Talk about this Finesse2Tyme, Vezino.
Man, Finesse2Tyme. I think it was major for our county, major for our culture, man. We brought one of the hottest artists out right now to Jeff Davis County. We brought him to Prentiss. And I mean, just like with any show, you know, you always got a vision to go a certain way, but you know, it's called life. Things happen. So we had a couple of minor things that happened, and you know, people made big deals out of them, but no violence, none of that. First of all, Finesse called and probably at like 1:30 and said, "Hey, bro, I missed my flight." And you know, and what he told me was music to my ears, but me just being the stand-up guy I am, and just, you know, whatever I say, I like to be accounted. You know what I'm saying? I like people to hold me accountable. So he told me, "Hey, Viz, I would still come and do this show, but you really can reschedule me, and you don't even have to pay me the back end because I messed up." He was taking accountability. I liked that about him. He was like, "Bro, I messed up. This on me. So if you just give us another date that I'm free, I'll come rock the city. You ain't gotta give me the back end." If I was selfish, a hungry guy, greedy guy, I would have said, yes, man, forget all those people. I just give them their money back, whatever. Man, these people have, you know, took off days in their life, and they are prepared for this show to be Sunday. So we're going to go ahead with the show, man. It's not about me at the time. You know, it's not about me, how much I can make or none of that at the time. So I went on with the show. But I announced that, you know, it might be too hot. So I try to keep it professional, like, hey, man, y'all take your time before y'all come out there. But the real reason I was saying it because I just got the call that, hey, bro, I missed my flight, and I will not make it there to team. So, you know, a lot of people were anxious, and, man, he's not going to come. Fast forward, though, we're not going to talk too much about that. Second, by 6 o'clock, man, the sky fell. I'm talking about rain from everywhere. That's crazy. Not in the forecast or nothing, just rain everywhere. I mean, it put me through some stuff, but I kept the vision. I said, man, we're gonna have a great show. We're gonna keep all these people safe. We just gonna have a fun-filled show, like I promised, and that's what we did. At the end of the night, it was later than I expected. I didn't get in bed till 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, but I mean, you know, to see my kids, all the other kids enjoy themselves. A lot of the people in the community know they wouldn't have an opportunity to see this man, and was able to see him in your 5 miles from your house. I think it was worth it. So we did it, man. Salute to Finesse, his squad, his team. Salute to all the supporters. And like I said on live yesterday, but not live, my story yesterday, salute to the haters too, man. I appreciate y'all because y'all keep me going.
Man, I think some people, including myself, I want to hear about you. You said it put you through some things when that rain came down and everything. What happened? What was going through your mind? What were some other things that you were dealing with out there?
I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people never experienced this because they never did show. When you're doing a show or when you have any type of business that your name is on, the pressure is amazing, man. Like, cause in this reality, no matter what happens, they're not going to blame that employee. They're not going to blame Finesse. They're not going to blame. They're going to blame the head. The head of the person that said that they are having a show or that they are having a business that's legit is Marvez. So man, when I tell you pressure is on, like your nerves bad. You constantly looking at the weather. You constantly hoping that Finesse won't say, "Oh man, this just happened. I just got bad news." Because for you to have a successful show, you need all these things to come together, and you need these people to, you know, to fill in where they supposed to fill in order for it to be a success. So, any one thing go bad, they're just gonna be like, "Oh, janky promoter." Yes, I've had 80 shows, and I've never ever had an artist not to show up. But if the one time it do happen, I'm a janky promoter. So you got to think about how much stuff, how much weight on your shoulders when you having a show of that magnitude.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Yeah, I missed that, man. Did everybody? How was it? How was the show afterwards? Did everybody go? Was there an after party? Did they go to Vezlicious, Mini Mart? I mean, I know you guys stayed open till like 12.
I 2:30, man. Big shout out to my employees at Delicious. I called them. I was like, man, because I had initially planned to just stay open to 12, and I know we could have got all the aftermath from the show, but the show didn't start. I mean, well, Finesse didn't hit the stage till 11:15. So, yeah, man, all I could do then was call my employee and say, will y'all please stay open? And, we packed it out. Like, everybody left the show, went to Bizlicious. They enjoyed the food. I mean, well, time, man. Like I said, I was ready for it to be over with. I was tired. I was tired walking around. I fired my security in the middle of the show, man. Like, my security was horrible. I tried a new company out. My fault. My fault.
What happened?
They were scared. They were scared of the country. They were completely just scared of the country. And I just got rid of them. In the show, I was like, hey, don't need y'all. I got this myself. Here go y'all money for y'all hours. I called my guys up. Hey, man, let's direct these people. Let's do it. I mean, we're not security guards, but, my main thing was stopping violence. I just didn't want anybody, because you're going to have a lot. You got this many people out there. We had a lot of confrontations, but I didn't let it, exceed. So it was good. It was good, man. I was just tired. I was tired. I was drained. I stayed in the rain. Then the sun come out. It was crazy.
I'm hearing a lot of good things, Vez. At first people were a little surprised about how things were unfolding, but seemed like people really had a good time.
Man, if you stayed around, which a lot of people did, you had a great time. Like, shout out to DJ Jukebox, man. They kept it live even through the rain, through everything. Man, we had a great time.
That's for sure. Any idea on who you thinking about bringing out next? How did this even come? How did Finesse even come to be? People want to know. People want to know how you ran into him, how you got connected to him. How did this come to be,
man? I was in Miami. I'm in Miami now with my family, but I got my second home in Miami. I'm here. And like Finesse here, one of my guys back at home. Shout out to the Godfather. And he was like, man, you ought to link up with him, and let's see what he'll do in person. Because normally he charges a lot of money for a show, but when you got the money on you and you can go talk to him and they can kind of see where you're coming from, personally, instead of going through managers and going through all these other steps. I got a great deal on him, so I had to do it. I was like, man, come on, I'm gonna bring you down to Mississippi. They like, man, why you keep doing shows in your hometown? Like, there's not enough population there, but if you do it right and get it for the right price, you can make a living off of it.
I know your hometown definitely appreciates it, for sure. Okay, so that's how you got Finesse. What about the next show? Any idea on who you might bring out next?
I'm out when I'm out in Miami, man, in LA. I run into guys all the time. So if I see somebody, what I always do, I call back home, be like, how this guy is he hot? And you know, the young guy, I don't be knowing a lot of these guys. They be like, "Vid, yeah, that's who my." Right now, everybody screaming this boy YTB Fat. I have no idea who he is. It's one of Moneybag Yo artists. So I was on the phone with him yesterday, and it was like, yeah, he going on tour with Moneybag Biz, but please get him. You know what I'm saying? So it's probably gonna be YTB Fat. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm online with him right now.
Man, y'all heard it here first on the Vezino podcast.
Yeah.
Is that how you operate in business though too, Vid? Like you run into people and you kind of just build a relationship off of a conversation, off of just running into them.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's my talent. A lot of people like, how you get all these orders? Like, it's not because of they're finding me. You know, we might be in a setting in a club or restaurant. You know, small talk, and then we go to talk, and I let them know, you know, who I am back at home, and we just, you know, you networking, and if something good can come out of the situation, that's what it is. If not, you know, it was good to meet you, and I keep moving.
Yeah, for sure. I was talking more like business because I remember some stories you told me about how you just enjoying yourself, like you just enjoying yourself, carrying yourself as you do, and people get to talking to you, and they hear how you talk, and they know that how you this is a businessman, and then they all of a sudden start talking business with you.
Just the main thing is being yourself. I tell the young guys all the time, like, Viz, you know, you talk to this guy. I be myself. Like, I'm not a groupie. I'm not a fan. You know what I'm saying? So I be myself, and they detect it right off the bat. Like, this guy's not trying to impress me, this and that. Like, I'm myself. Like, you know, when I look in the mirror, my self confidence is just as high as theirs. When I look in the mirror in the morning before I leave out the house, I'm like, yeah, I'm that guy. Yeah, I'm just like them. So when I get around, I'm not camera all in their face and, hey man, how did you? No, it's none of that. Like, I put my pants on just like you do yours.
And how did you develop that, Vezino? We have a couple questions, and I think we're gonna touch on it as the episode goes on. But hey, you got a lot of young guys in their 20s, 21, 22, no guidance, right? Right. They're just following guys that they find online or whatever, and they might be following you, but like,
Right.
how do they pick up enough to be respected in the business world? How did you start, man?
Man, to be honest with you, a lot of my I think a lot of my personal skills, a lot of my character, a lot of people say, Viz, the way you are right now is because of money, because of the type of money you have. So it's easy for you to, you know, remain focused. It's easy for you to control your attitude, control your temper. But I created this, you know, my demeanor and the way I am way before I got money. Because like I just had to sit down and focus on my life and really make goals. And with me doing a lot of the dumb stuff that I was doing as a teenager, I knew that wasn't going to get me there. And that was just a fear of mine. I always felt it. That's a big fear of mine. Like, I don't want to set a goal and not reach it, Jay. Like, that's, you know, that it messes with me. Like, I can't sleep when I fail on anything. You know what I'm saying? So, um, it's just something that was instilled in me, man. And I stayed with it. It started with sports, you know. I was like, man, I'm going to be better. And that same determination, that same drive, I turned it into the business world. You know, even when I was in the world of not so legal, like I had that drive of I'm going to make this work, and this is what I'm going to do with my money. Like, I probably was the only person, and you know, this is an uncut thing, so I just talk. I probably was the only person that was hustling, so called selling, whatever, that built a home. You see what I'm saying? Like, those guys, you know, a couple of big ones did. You know, I really wasn't really just that big in that game. You know, I was making some money though, but I took my money, that fast money, and I did things that people with a 9 to 5 would do. You know, people with the legal careers would do, and that was major for me. You know, to even have that mindset at 26 years old. So I built my house when I was 27.
What gave you that? I mean, did someone tell you? Did you have someone in your corner telling you like, "Hey, turn this money into something legit," so you have something to show for it? Did someone tell you that, or did you just see kind of, you know, some other guys that were a little older that were doing, you know, moving the way you were moving back then?
You know what? I didn't learn from guys sitting me down personally telling me. I didn't learn from watching guys actually do it. I learned from guys actually not being able to do it and have seen all types of money. See, I when I was younger, my peers were 55, 45-year-old guys, and I'm at the age of 21. So they'll be telling me, boy, I remember back then, y'all had like 300,000 back then. In 1999, I had 300,000. And I'd be seeing them go check in at the Western Motel at the end of the night. I'd be like, so you don't have a house? You know, you don't have a car? And I didn't want to be one of those guys that I get on this podcast 12 years from now telling y'all what I had. At one point in time, I had this. So what do you have now? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that guy. So that's why I keep a plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make sure that I budget my money as if I'm not making fast money.
Man, that was great. A lot of guys are not going to catch that first time. You're going to have to. Vezino teaches you things, not directly though. Okay, it's indirect. You got to pay attention, read between the lines. Ben, you said something earlier about failure. You fear of failure, fear of failure. A lot of us have fear of failure. A lot of guys, a lot of women too, I'm sure. How did you say, okay, I fear failure, but I'm not going to fear trying? I'm not going to fear trying and failing in front of everybody. Like yesterday could have been an opportunity. Hey, them haters was ready for it, but you got back on your horse and you're like, all right, I'm gonna keep going. How do young guys develop that?
And you know what? That's a good question because it's a thin line. A lot of guys have money and be like, if I never spend it or invest in it, I can't fail. I just leave it stacked up under the bed or I leave it in my account. Biz, you would try things. I mean, you have proven that because you do shows. That's trying. You do a lot of business ventures that you didn't have a blueprint for. You just tried it. But before I try anything, I'm very strategic. Like I'm going to. I put all the ways that I could fail in there. I put all that there, and I put all the ways that I could win. If my wins can outweigh my fails, if I can be like, bro, it's more positive to this situation than negative, I'm gonna try it. If it makes sense for me as a businessman to make some money or to even build up on my brain, I might not win this time, but in the long run, I will win. It's worth me trying. And that comes from. Let me give you one of my secrets. I'm gonna give it to the people who watch this podcast. This is a secret of mine. A lot of times when you riding in your car, you don't have to be bumping NBA YoungBoy. You don't have to be bumping all of this loud music. Sometimes cut your music off and ride about an hour or two and just think. Just think. Self-evaluate yourself, your life, what's going around you. Evaluate the people that's around you, your close people, and be like, man, how are they helping me in my life? What are they assets? You know what I'm saying? Are they liabilities? Have I been moving right lately? You have to do that once every 2 weeks. Like just chill, bro. No phone, no music, no nothing. You by yourself and evaluate yourself. Like just be like, bro, what is going on? How can I be better? And that's constantly on my mind. How can I improve all the time?
Talk a little bit about your journey right here. God, we talk about your journey all the time because I'm always. I feel like one of the reasons we're friends is because I see myself in you in the future, right? Like my future self in you, and you see a little bit of your old self in me. Which is why it's so embarrassing sometimes when I'm like asking you questions about life that I feel like I should know the answers for. I always say that, like, man, I should know the answer for this. As soon as I ask you, I already know the answer. A question I have for you right now, but is what's next? I mean, what's the next stage?
Hey, I'm gonna say this. And my kids can hear me because they right over there. But let's say this: the reason why I go so hard and it's like this. Okay, if I was in your shoes right now, I would go to another country and just relax. Like you made it. You got the money, you got your businesses going. You might. Why do you constantly go hard? Why are you constantly thinking of new ideas? Because it's not about me now. If it was about me, I'd be pretty much content. But I got those kids that just might not succeed. They might not. So just because you're one of mine, you'll have something to fall back on. So that's why I constantly go hard. I'm not going on for myself anymore. It's for them, my offsprings. Like, hey man, they'll be able to say at my funeral, man, what an awesome dad. Like, oh my God, like life was so much easier because of who my dad was. See, I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that in the family, period. Like, I knew I had to be me. I had to be this. You know what I'm saying? So now, my people that's under my nephews, nieces, my kids,
Your
they,
friends?
my friends, like they have it. Life is easier. And they probably will never realize that until I leave here. But as of now, your life is easier because of who I am and what I've done. You know what I'm saying? Like I built a platform to make it easier on all of us, not just me. I'm not selfish at all. Like it's for us.
And we appreciate you, Vezino. Really appreciate you. Let's get into some of these questions, Vezino.
Let's go.
Like, so we answered your 20-year-old self. You know how you got started. Uh, we kind of touched on that. I'm sure we'll touch on that in future episodes. Let's go to one of these questions on the locks. What if your girl don't like you betting? You know, you sharing the bag with her. You know some guys do that. Of course, not. Hey, we're not hating on them. Every situation's a little different, but they don't want you spending your half of your of the bag on locks. What do you say to that, Vid?
I know no cameras there, but I'm gonna say this. My girl's not controlling what I do. You know, like I'm not gonna allow that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if you're in a
Oh,
relationship, you're trying to make it work. And you know, you listen to your partner. That's why I always say take some money to the side. It's called gambling money. Now, what I don't agree with you telling your girl, "Oh, I'm gonna flip our taxes. I got Vezino lock. Give me your tax." I don't agree with getting their paycheck, getting some type of money that they have saved up, and you going out here getting. That's wrong, bro. You're wrong. You know, but for as you, and I'm gonna tell you something. I brought my girl into betting. Like she watches the lines and spread just like me because I'm the leader of my house. You know what I'm saying? I lead this. You know, if I bet, she gonna bet. If I do this, she won't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the leader. You know, you have to be a leader. But first of all, you got to get them something to, to follow. A lot of these guys don't know that. You got to get it. You can't be a leader. You don't have to worry about her being submissive to you because you have nothing to follow. You're absolutely not doing nothing in life. You know what I'm saying? So, you get a lot of backlash. I don't go through those problems personally because you know,
hold on now, Vet. Hold on now. Let me call you out for everybody.
I think I'll be
Okay,
out.
you wasn't always like this now, right? I mean, you started somewhere. You were 21, 22, and you had girls, or you were dating a girl, and she thought she had some say in the matter. I mean, how did you handle that situation back then?
Like I said, man, just because of my bank account changed, I'm still there. Like I'm still the same person. I may let more stuff slide now. I may, but for as who I was, like man, I thought. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I was 19 years old, 20 years old, I always thought I was a celebrity. I always lived my life like, bro, I'm him. And when I walk in the room, I felt like all eyes was on me. I felt like everybody was following whatever I had, and I was very irrelevant. But I always thought I was. I thought I was a guy that had major influence on everybody. I thought I was a guy that everybody looked. I always thought that since I was 18, 19. You know, I thought I had some special quality in me where people always looked into my life or respected what I said. Like I always thought that. And it was not true at all. Trust me, it wasn't. But that was my mindset.
People of all ages, I want you to listen to that and just understand that thoughts become things. You just manifest what you want in life. You know, you just keep working towards it every day. Um, that's great, man. That's great. That's great. Uh, be the leader of your household. Be the leader of your relationship. Uh, what's one of the things you tell me? Stay strong. That's hard, man. That's hard. Cause
No.
what are women going to try to do now? They're gonna try to take away. Gonna take away your favorite thing. and then it becomes hey, I was wrong too. And you always telling me like not to give in and to stay strong. Uh,
If you allow a woman to tell you she's going to take that away from you, something is wrong with you.
okay, expand on that, Vic. Come on now. Don't make guys just feel bad for thinking like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I can't. We're on family vacation. Next episode. Next episode. I'm on family vacation. They right
Okay.
there in the other room. But next episode, we're gonna talk way more about relationships. I just don't, everybody in my mouth, they looking over here.
For sure. It's okay. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this other relationship thing that this guy has been asking. He says, hey Vezino, my girl and me, we broke up. My girl and I, 4 years just broke up. Life is so hard now, bro. How do I keep my mind off this? How how long do I wait to move on? I'm just laughing. I'm not laughing at the dude. I'm laughing because I've gone through this like in my younger days. You know what I'm saying? I still go through a version of this today.
Let's say this. A relationship 4 years. First of all, I wish I could ask him how long have y'all been broke up? Because y'all only been broke up for a month. It's 95% chance y'all getting back together. It don't feel like it now. Every time, I was young. Bro, it's really over with this time. I messed up. No, it's not. No, it's not. It just feel like that. And her job or his job is to make you feel like it's really over this time because you've done something to hurt my feelings. That's what relationships are doing. People have to be mature enough to be like, I'm not going to try my best to hurt you just because you hurt me. And it don't have to be about cheating. It could be about the smallest thing in the world. It could be, I believe you could have held the door for me a little longer, or I believe you could have answered the phone me before you answered for him, or whatever. They are going to try if they're immature, try some type of way to hurt you back. They want to give you that same feeling that you just gave them. And saying that I've been in a relationship for 4 years, there was something that was sticking out together for 4 years, and I kind of feel him like his life different because he adapted to 4 years. It was her. Like this is my, you almost like best friends after 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Because you done included her in a lot of your things in your life. So I could see him saying like, man, it's different now. He a young cat. How old was he? 21?
I don't know, but I can't only imagine. He probably young 20s, under 25.
Think about you, 21. You've been going with this girl since you was 17, 11th grade, 12th grade. Like that's
I was in that situation before.
right, right.
But okay, so let's talk about this. Let me ask you this on this too, okay? Because this guy is saying, "Hey, I'm literally fighting demons right now, bro. Like brother going through it. He going through it. He going through it. Man, we've been through it, man. Come on, let's not judge him now. But let me ask you this, man. Let me ask you this, man. Let me ask you this: How are you supposed to live your life then? Do you not? Is it supposed to? Because I'm pretty sure this is how it's supposed to, right? Is it supposed to? Hey, you're living your life. You're striving towards your goals, and if a girl happens to, what I'm saying, you happen to encounter a girl while you're striving on your goals, she's just a part of that journey. She's a part of your, your highway, or your way or the highway. Is that how it's supposed to be? Like.
Okay, I'm not understanding. You're asking me,
Mm-hmm.
how can he get over a relationship that he's been in for 4 years?
How is he supposed to even be carrying himself while in the relationship? Is it supposed to be it's his life and she adapts to his life, or is he supposed to compromise a little bit and give 60-40, 50? I'm asking for myself now too, man. Come on now, it's a fine line I'm trying to fine tune here.
The age difference though. If you're under 25, if she don't fit in your life, bye. Reason why I say that, because at 25 you haven't even found yourself. So how can you adapt to somebody else? Like, you need to find your identity. You need to know who you are. You need to know, like, where are you going in life? You understand? Now, once I'm established, once I have my stuff in order, now I can compromise with you a little bit. I know this kind of sounds twisted, but now this girl coming in your life, like, baby, I know you don't like going to the Beyonce concert, but would you go? Now you might can compromise a little bit. But before I get there, no, it's about me. And if you want me, if you're attracted to me, come on. But now when I got myself stable and I have myself where I want to be at in life, yeah, I mean, look, man, she want to go to Paris. I go with her. I don't really want to go. But this is my girl. I'm going to compromise a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But until I get to that stage, there's no compromise. Look, this is where I'm headed. You can jump aboard if you want. If not, see you later. Because it's going to be 100 or 200 that want to jump on the board, and we're going to enjoy. Yeah. I mean, bro, I'm not going to lie. I be hating to see these young relationships.
You say what now?
I hate to see people 20, 21. Not hate as in like that, but the part that I hate is I know it's not going to end well. It's only a 4 or 5% chance that you get in a relationship when you're 18, 17, or 20, and it's going to last forever. Dude, y'all can go hold me in the heartbreakers.
That's the stage where you should be like learning about yourself and just having fun? Is that working on your craft?
Establishing yourself. Because you're still growing, you still experimenting, you still curious about this, about that. Now all of a sudden he come along, he sweep you up, or she come along, sweep you off your feet. Oh, this my girl, blah, blah. Man, come on, man. You either gonna start hurting her, or she's gonna start hurting you. At one point, somebody's gonna get hurt. Then you're never gonna forgive them. It'll be 10 years from now, you're gonna still be thinking about what she did at that.
So do we not? I mean, do young people just not date? What are we supposed to do, man? Like,
I don't think you should be in a relationship. I think you should have fun. I ain't talking about the girl. I'm not talking about women. That's another subject.
Okay.
Man, have you some fun, man. Because you're not ready. Like, first of all, I'm speaking up for y'all ladies too. First of all, you're gonna hurt the woman, whoever you with. Especially when you guys like over here. Just you're not a scrub ball, so it's like, yeah, I'm here now. I'm talking to her now. And I'm telling all of them, oh, love you. Yeah, I love you. Every girl. You know how much I love you? You know how much I want to be with you? And I'm going to enjoy it for that time period, and I'm gone. Yeah. But that's us guys, you know what I'm saying? Shouldn't be like that. I'm not saying it's right, but that's just what it is.
Yeah. Shoot, good episode so far, man. We actually 34 minutes in, so we probably should wrap it up here in a second.
No, we're gonna edit a lot of stuff out, man. Keep going. Yeah. We're gonna edit a lot
of stuff. Shoot, a little bit about business talk, making money. Say you in your 20s, Vez, and no connections, no friends. You just fresh on the scene, trying to stay clean. What do we do? What are we doing for money? How should a young man be thinking?
Jay, I knew this question was coming one day, and the only reason I don't want to answer the way I really want to answer is because a lot of people look at me like, oh, he's different now. He's a good role model for kids. Jay, I'm gonna say this: you're at the early stage of your life. You're not an athlete, like you said. You ain't got no connections. You didn't get drafted first round. You have none of that. You're just a human being, graduated from high school. You might got a little regular 9 to 5. Viz, how do you get your jump start in life? And you're not making you don't have a 6-figure job. So you got to take some risk.
Mm.
And I mean,
I understand, but it's probably let's not say all of it. But whatever the risk you end up taking to get you to the point where now you can start a legitimate business. Am I right? That's the right direction.
you are exactly right. I'm not saying make a career out of whatever you try to take a risk doing to get you some money, but make sure you get you some money and be able to, I mean, because that's what I'm going to tell you when you ask me that in private. When one of these 21, they come up to me, they come to me all the time, and they pull me to the side, hey, bro, I just want some advice. Hey, man, you need to stay out of trouble. Stay out of trouble. You do not want to become a felon. But, bro, you think you can get by, blah, 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 get you some money, man. Get you a little money, bro. Because, bro, you finna start out making $400 a week. You finna make $400 or $500 a week at a pretty decent job in the United States of America. Because you don't have a degree. You're just a regular person. Like, how can I tell you, yeah, man, eventually you should go build you a restaurant. Eventually you should build you a store. How, bro? I'm never going to have that kind of money. Never.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not even... this is a real show. Like, this is a real podcast. This is not no dream fairy tale. Like, we're going to talk about life for real. Like, bro, you have to take a little risk, man. That's the only way. And I didn't just say sell drugs, because I know that's what a lot of the people, oh, he talking about selling drugs. No. Some type of risk that's a little risk of getting in trouble too. You know what I'm saying? Some of us are willing to take bigger risks, The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. But that's my main thing that I'm fortunate about right now. Like, I don't have to take crazy risks. Like, I don't do that. I'm glad that part of my life is over. I'm glad that the man above, guided and protected me through those years of like, man, you really doing some stupid stuff right now. But I'm gonna look out on you. And he did.
And it's funny you say that too. It's like there's stages in a man's life, right? Like, you start off as a boy. A lot of guys right now who are watching this, who are following you, right, are trying to get to the stage of life where you're at. You can't skip steps, right? And then on top of that, what you said too, taking the risks, bigger the risk, bigger the risk. Those types of risks, those types of situations that are profitable and rewarding, they don't last forever. We both know from experience, right, Viv? Exactly. Whatever you're doing, whatever risky thing you're doing, it's not gonna last forever. Get your money and get out and start something legitimate and stay the hell away from trouble. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you're gonna last. How you're gonna build something where people are gonna know you, your community's gonna know you. That's exactly how you're gonna do it. And really, that's business talk right there, man.
Hey Jay, check this out though. If you a young black guy, you're not athletic. You didn't inherit all this money. You're it's pretty much like the people are already. If you having a nice car and you having nice things, and you didn't qualify any of those things I just said, you sell drugs. That's just it. When I was young and I pull up, I had a car, I had the rims, and get out looking a little flash, had some money in my pocket, I was automatic considered a drug dealer. And I wasn't even selling drugs. I had another type of hustle. But I was always stereotyped as a drug dealer from what they seen. Because there's no way this guy is having that kind of money without selling drugs. And at that period of my life, for a year, I knew nothing about drugs. I had another hustle. You see what I'm saying? I've been a gambler. You know what I'm saying? I had edges to where I knew a little more than the next person, where I could make me some money. So when I say take risk, I'm not just necessarily saying drugs. I'm saying I took risk as far as I'm in a room, people nothing with pistols, just waiting for me to do anything wrong, and they, probably could take my life. But I wanted me some money, and I made me some money, and them the type of risk that I'm really talking about that I took. You know,
In this journey too, Vez, I want to ask you, what other tips on that journey to success? And one I want to point out, and I want to ask you, how important is this? Is staying solid.
what you mean?
How important is it to stay solid as you are trying to get money, as you are trying to become successful? How important is it to just remain solid, for people to just recognize that, hey, you're a solid dude, you do what you say, you're reliable, like things like that, man? Is it important?
That man, that oh my, just like the last show when I was talking about, people are not men creating all these bills. That you're not staying solid. Jay, you know one thing about me. If I tell you, yo, man, do this for me, and I'm gonna give you this, you don't have to question. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have no 15 years together. Just that little time, if Vez said this is what he's going to do, that's what's going to happen. You need to have that. Your name need to speak. Your name has been mentioned in rooms that your feet has never been in. That's why you stay silent. There's people talking about me right now in California. I'm in Miami. That's way across the United States. They talking about Marvez, and what they're saying is silent, bro. Even when I was in that game, oh man, we used to send Vez this and that. You never had to worry about your money. Even when I knew I was getting out of it, I didn't burn them. I didn't say, man, shoot, I'm gonna take. That's what most people would do, because they're only thinking about today. You're not thinking about your future. You're thinking about, how can I profit today? And you will mess your name up for life for today. You can't do that. Like, I'm gonna remain silent no matter what, because like I always say to young people, build your legacy. See what I'm saying? I'm the director of this book. This Vezino Lock, I'm the director, so I'm going to build my legacy. I'm gonna build it the right way. I will remain solid through everything. Even when there's times that I can play, or I can get out, may won't even get caught. That's the main thing. Most people would do something slimy if they felt like if they knew 100% they couldn't get caught. But when you really solid, you're like, bro, I'm not gonna do that regardless, because I can't sleep with myself, knowing that I didn't remain solid. You know what I'm saying? So that's me, man. And it's more. I have been more profitable in my life and have gained more, not even just money, but just respect, by remaining solid. Just by me just saying, hey, bro, I'm gonna do this the right way. I know he probably wouldn't even call. I know he probably wouldn't find, but this is how I'm gonna do this, man. I've had money for guys, and they ended up going to jail like 15, 20 years. I'm at their mama house. Hey, man, I'm Marvez. You probably don't know me, but this 60-something thousand, this is your son's. You know what I'm saying? This is what I owe him. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is ask about me.
That's hard for a lot of people, Vezino. And growing up, how some people grow up, like something like that, that's not even, it doesn't even register. But you said something. Okay, so you told me that quote before too. Your name has stepped in foot in rooms where your feet have never been in. You're Marvez. You're somebody. For the regular person, should that be important to them too? Like, for just a regular dude?
I wasn't always somebody though. Like, I don't think I built my name on, oh man, he got locks, or oh man, he got money, or all this and that. I think it came from the way I live my life. You know, I treated the rappers, the ball players, just as if I would treat the bums on the streets. People ask me all the time, "Hey, man, you be hanging with him?" Yeah, like, that's my dude, man. That man ain't never had over $500. But does that matter? Like, what does that matter? Like, what matters to me is he's loyal to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a solid with them. If I can help them, I'm gonna do it, because they probably done did things to me that they never even noticed that was so big to me. It could be the smallest thing. I'm gonna treat it so big, and like, I'm gonna go all the way to the end of the world with you because of something small you may have did you, but it was big to me. So that's how I try to live my life. Like, always, man. Like, now we made mistakes. I've made mistakes growing up. Like, it's some things that I regret that I should have never done. but it was growing pains. You see what I'm saying? But I was never shysted. I was never a guy who woke up thinking, how can I harm somebody, or how can I get out on somebody, or how can I take out of their family mouth for my own gains. I didn't do that. But now I have made some mistakes, and I have some regrets on my upbringing. But I mean, I'm here now. I've seen a lot of those guys that we we had some differences. I've seen them, and we talked about it, and we grown men now. You know what I'm saying? We move on. But I was the one at fault. I was the one at wrong in the situation. So I'm man enough to go to you and say, bro, I was wrong. That's what's wrong with this world. About so much violence, you don't have people that'll step up and be like, hey man, I was wrong. Okay? I'm telling you to your face I'm wrong. I'm not a coward. I'm not scared of you. But at that point in my life, I had a mindset that I was thinking totally different. I was not thinking as I'm thinking now. I was not mature enough. So I made a mistake. Now I'm coming to you as a man, asking you to forgive me, and let's move on. We shake hands, we hug next on the phone every day because man, I respect that. A lot of people won't do that.
That's big, man. That's huge. That's huge. That's big, man. That's big. It's big time. That's big time. Vezino journey, y'all. Vezino journey. We're gonna talk about it each episode a little bit more and more. There's a lot of things that Vez will teach you or say that y'all want to hear that I'll pull out of him eventually. It's just we're gonna talk about the same. We're gonna eventually talk about the same things we talked about, when we first met. It's cool.
We're gonna talk. We're gonna do it, man.
Yeah. How long you in Miami for, Vez?
I just brought the kids out here to Friday, man. We here maybe 4 days, 5 days. Have a good time. It's day world. I'm gonna barbecue and go to the pool. It's day world, man.
How do you see? I mean, you doing all the stuff in your hometown and then taking your kids out for the summer. How do you just manage all that? Like
balance, man. Balance. It's balance, man. It's balance. You constantly trying to thrive in your businesses. You constantly trying to accumulate money. New business ideas bouncing all over your head. You got people calling you here. People, you got all these priorities now, different obligations. But how in the world could you forget home? You know what I'm saying? Like, these are my kids. Man, I get so many. Earlier this summer, I had so many people asking me, not even really about, it was about finances, but more just of my time. And I just had to slow them down. I wasn't trying to be ugly or nothing, but like, I have some kids that I have to give a lot of time to. They're mine. I don't want them asking for nobody else's time. Like, these are mine. So I have to, you have to always keep that, in the front of your brain. Like, okay, now remember you got a home. People always asking that visit. I mean, I be seeing you with your kids like, but boy, tomorrow I might see you be in Cali, you might be in New York. Yes, that's just true. I balance. Like, I make sure that I'm a father. That's first and foremost.
Big time, big time. When am I gonna see you again, man? Gotta see you.
Soon, man. Soon, man. It's soon. Let's go to Vegas. Told you that.
Summer League. You talking about Summer League?
Let's go.
Shoot. Yeah, definitely. No. I want to go. I'm free now. So want to go to that. There's that Canelo fight. Gotta give a shout out to A-Leaf, Texas. A-Leaf, Houston, Texas. Canelo versus Jamal. Is it Jamal Charlo? One of the twins.
Yeah.
Gotta give a shout out, man. A-Leaf, Hastings.
I see you representing that Jamal Peter shirt.
Yeah. I gotta represent.
I'm his neighbor. I don't have one. That's crazy.
I was supposed to order you one, man.
Yeah, man. He didn't get this shirt, man. I'm mad. That's cool though. He balling up in Canada.
3-0. Champions last year. Y'all catch his game next week. Toronto Argonauts. CFL.
Doing his thing. It was a shot I wanted. Some people told me to shot them. I can't even remember now, man. I'm sitting there drinking it.
What about people from the show, the Finesse2Tyme Show? You want to shout anybody out?
I'm shouting everybody out that helped that show be a success, man. Like I said, Jukebox earlier. He did a lot for me on this show. The guy who Phil Kenny Moore, he got a great park, 84 ATV recreational park. It's great. Um, just my staff, just everybody. Shout out to my girl. She helped a lot. I mean, man, we had a great show. You know what I'm saying? And we got more to come. So it is what it is. But I really I hate that. Man, y'all remind me. I'm gonna have it wrote down next time. The people that I'm supposed to shout out, man. They just, got different businesses going on and they got different I can't even remember right now. But
what about some of the vendors and the pre-show performers? I wasn't there, but you probably might remember some.
Look, I tell you this, I will say this. I didn't know a lot of the guys who opened up for Finesse, but man, I had like 3 or 4 of them come to me. They didn't even have to come to me because I was trying to find them. But they was like, bruh, you don't know, like my Instagram followers just went up, this and that. They did great. Like we got some talent. I don't even know if they're from Jeff Davis. Maybe I know 1 or 2 of them, but we got some talent in that area, man. And just for them, they came out, they paid their money, they opened up, they had the crowd crump. We have some talent, okay? So, and they've been on me about managing, talking about my next business venture. Everybody been like, Viz, start a record. I may have to do that because I see, like I'm a visionary. I see a vision. Like we got some guys that could get signed soon. They just need the right people to be able to sit them at the table with the right people because it's some talent there.
Y'all heard it here first. Final thoughts, final shout outs.
Man, I can't remember, but we're gonna keep shouting out Vezlicious, Prentiss many more. We're gonna keep growing, man. Shout out to the home team. All my hood came. Shout out to them, man. Love them. A lady had told me to speak on this. And you might just do a short clip of this or something, Jay. There's been a lot of shooting going on in my neighborhood, Bassfield. Very senseless shooting. I don't know the key to it. I don't know what really happened. I'm hearing bits and pieces. I haven't heard both sides. I only heard one side. It's always 2 sides to a story. All I'm gonna say is where they were shooting at, the places they've been shooting at. It'd be kids around. Now you got the whole neighborhood, how all the police is ride. And if I'm not mistaken, the people that are shooting at each other are like they related. So hey man, I know they're gonna see this. Whatever y'all do, man, please cut that out, man. It's for no reason. It's just making our neighborhood, our community look bad for no reasons. Like one thing that they always said about Bassfield, like we stick together no matter what. Like we might have ideas, we might go out there and fight. Man, we don't supposed to shoot at each other, man. Like that's senseless. And then the biggest key, there's kids in that area. Snowball standing right there. Kids get their haircut right there. Like let's kind of. I think we can talk that out. So that's all I want to say, man. My final thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Viz. Appreciate you. I need to talk to you about something after this call. So appreciate the great episode, brother. We're gonna end off.
Man, I see y'all again next week. Y'all keep them questions coming, whatever y'all want to ask. And we'll answer them out. We're gonna start bringing other people on this show too, man. Y'all inbox us. Yes. I want to bring these upcoming rappers. I want to bring a lot of the athletes that I already made it. I'm gonna bring a lot of these celebrity rappers y'all want to see. I'm gonna bring all these people on the show because I've been telling them about the podcast, and they excited. They're more excited than me. So, like I said, this is just the first. Welcome y'all in, transitioning y'all over to a realistic podcast. We'll go more into detail. The next one, but Jay, when they inbox and stuff, and people that want to come on and this and that, we'll set it up, man, because we're gonna open this studio up and we'll just start having it there.
Bet y'all inbox, especially when we ask them questions on IG, Facebook, and we'll answer them and we'll get y'all on there. All right, appreciate y'all. Episode 2. Listen.